Donald Trump, who knew, right? Back in 2015, he was a businessman, a reality TV star, a guy with a name everyone knew. Then boom, he announces he's running for president of the United States. Most people laughed. They thought it was a joke, a publicity stunt. Turned out they were wrong. Trump's campaign wasn't some polished politician's act. It was loud, it was brash, it was different. He tapped into something real, a deep frustration among some Americans. Make America Great Again wasn't just a slogan, it was a feeling. And a lot of people felt it. The Republican primaries were like a reality show themselves. Trump took on seasoned politicians, governors, senators, the whole lot. He called them names, he picked fights, he broke all the rules. And guess what? People loved it. He won primary after primary, shocking the political establishment. Commentators ran out of ways to explain it. He defied the polls, the pundits, the whole system. Somehow Trump had become unstoppable. Trump promised big changes, and on some things, he delivered. He shook up trade deals, renegotiating NAFTA and slapping tariffs on China. He appointed conservative judges to the Supreme Court, shifting its balance for a generation. He cut taxes, particularly for businesses and wealthy individuals, arguing it would boost the economy. On immigration, a signature issue, he took a hard line. He implemented a travel ban from several Muslim-majority countries, cracked down on illegal immigration, and started building a wall on the US-Mexico border, though it was never finished. But Trump's presidency wasn't just about policies, it was about style. He governed by Twitter, firing off angry missives at his opponents and critics. He constantly attacked the media, calling them fake news and the enemy of the people. He sowed division, often using inflammatory rhetoric that targeted minorities and marginalized groups. His supporters loved his bluntness, his willingness to tell it like it is. They saw him as a fighter, someone who wasn't afraid to take on the establishment. His critics, on the other hand, were horrified. They saw him as a demagogue, a threat to democracy itself. You can't deny it, Trump changed American politics. He energized a base of voters who felt ignored by the political elite. He showed that populism, both on the right and the left, was a powerful force. He also exposed deep divisions in American society, divisions based on race, class, and ideology. His presidency was a roller coaster ride of scandals, controversies, and investigations. He was impeached by the House of Representatives twice, though he was acquitted by the Senate both times. Through it all, Trump remained a master showman. He held massive rallies where he energized his base with fiery speeches. He dominated the news cycle, constantly keeping himself in the spotlight. He connected with his supporters on an emotional level, tapping into their anger, their fears, and their sense of grievance. Even his critics had to admit, the man knew how to put on a show. So, what's the verdict on the Trump presidency? It's complicated. His supporters point to a strong economy, conservative judges, and a tough stance on immigration. They see him as a successful businessman who shook up Washington. His critics see a very different legacy, one of division, chaos, and damage to democratic institutions. They argue that he emboldened white supremacists, undermined trust in government, and eroded America's standing in the world. One thing's for sure, Trump left his mark on America. He showed that anything is possible in American politics. He proved that someone with no political experience could become the most powerful person in the world. He also revealed the fragility of American democracy and the deep divisions that continue to plague the nation. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump was a political phenomenon unlike any other. His legacy will be debated for generations to come.